Hi, so I'm with Nicholas Wallwork, and we are at the Property Summits Conference. It's currently lunchtime, so everybody's tucking into their food and chatting a lot about this morning's session. So we're at the Property Summits Conference. There are a lot of educational training, just all over the internet. Why have you decided to put on another one?
Well, I think property education's been in the news for bad reasons of late, and I think, there's upsells, there's bad techniques, there's mis-selling, there's become a property millionaire overnight, and I think we wanted to put on something that was more authentic, something that's based on many years of experience from the panellists that are on the team, and we wanted to do something that was, bringing some of the best people in property together to, help people out there get the right training at the right time. I think it's really important to do all the free training that's out there, go on the property forums, read all the books that are out there as cheap education, and build your knowledge base as quickly and cheaply or freely as possible to start.
Yeah.
And then there's a place for paid education, and we're at a nice low price point for some education that goes past that kind of stage. And I think it's important to get your knowledge to a certain point before you come to these seminars. And then when you go on any other further paid courses, because otherwise you won't get the value. It's all about value. I do believe in training. Training is fundamental, it's key to property investment, as it is any other industry. You go to university in the professional world for lots of different professions. It's vital. But it's important to get that knowledge at the right time and with the right people.
And I think for me, having seen a lot of the other educational efforts that go on, the big thing that struck me is this is more like a course you'd go on that your business would send you on.
Yeah.
It's highly professional. It's talking about development finance. Your section I thought was fascinating on talking about commercial to resi, and what I loved was the fact that you don't just go, and it's all fantastic.
Yeah.
Because actually
we focus on the bad bits more, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. You might want to look at that. But,
yeah, maybe.
But what is really good is that I feel like I've come out of this with a better understanding of how to take property investment to the next level. So if you've maybe got a buy-to-let or two, you've maybe done a refurb or two, this is if you want to make this a profession, and if you want this to be your job and your business, that's really where you guys are focusing at, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, from day one, you need to treat your property business like a business, or your property investment like a business. Even if you've got one or two properties, it's vital that those properties are in the right corporate structure. We've got Section 24, we've got all these kind of tax laws, we're being bombarded by government on all sorts of different legislation and tax issues. So being at the forefront of those changes is really important, and treating it as a business, getting the right advisors, the right knowledge, coming to a professional development training seminar day like this is a way you can do that. You're not going to be taught how to manage a property or the basics. We have to cover certain basics to make sure everyone's at a similar level, but ultimately we want to get into more detail. We want to work and get the right knowledge across and get a little deeper level of knowledge to help people. We've got experienced developers in here, experienced landlords, and we've got people with 40, 50 properties here, which is amazing. And the atmosphere in the room is fantastic. When it's question time, we're talking. These people are giving back to the knowledge as well. So it's also the ultimate networking event, I guess, where we've got great levels of people at every level, all wanting to get that nugget of information maybe they've not picked up on as an experienced investor or landlord or developer as well. So.
Yeah. And I don't think we've had a question yet. However, we've gone through cladding, we've gone through fire risk assessments. This is not the sort of educational sort of conference that you normally have.
No.
But on the panel, somebody's been there and done that. And I think that's useful, and coming back with the practical side. And for me, the other thing that's come across, I think, is that sometimes you kind of, people say, well, what about interest rates? What about this? And what I kind of love is, well, live with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to get on with it. I think the most successful people in the world ever, they've not got there because they just got lucky or found a business model that's worked and they've never had any problems. They got there because they overcame those problems. They learned how to do that, and they got the right advisor, the right team, the right events, the right knowledge and education at the right time in their career. I'm still going on training. I'm still learning from people every single day, and it's continual professional development, staying at the forefront of your industry, making sure you don't slip up, making sure you know the latest regulations or see them coming. We hear things in the news that are coming, so it's like, well, if that does come in,
Yep.
What are we going to do about it? We can start to think about that now as an opportunity, and can we tweak the development or our investment strategy to cover off that eventuality? It might never happen, but we're ready for it if it does, and we'll get over it. We'll get on with it.
Yeah, and I think that's a really sort of important point. So if you're thinking of taking your property business to the next level, certainly the Property Summits Conference is a really, really good way of understanding what might be the right way for you to invest. And certainly in my experience, having been here all morning, you've got the guys here who really do know what they're talking about.